Are we live?
We are!
Okay. Hi, everybody.
Hi, everyone. Hi, Piper Slippers. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Nicola and Robert in the house, as well as Pipey 1000. P is also here.
Hi, P.
And there's always Pipey.
And Pi.
Pipey. Right,
That's,
so let's share this out.
That's the motion of today.
Hi, beautiful souls. Oh, look, Len's got a glass of wine. He's got a glass of wine on the go.
Mm. Oh, yeah. White wine on the terrace.
There you go, Len. Right, okay. Let me just go into Facebook and then we get this up and then share to my story. I'll share it to there and then we get going. I've been doing some amazing videos. Did you see that one that I did the other day, Robert?
I didn't pay attention to it today. I was busy with all kinds of nitty-gritty things.
Nitty-gritty things?
Nitty-gritty things, that's the word.
Let me show it to you. Yeah, no, as and when you do, I thought it was absolutely, and I kept on getting 5 stars from my whiteboard information.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was, 5 star, as in, because I gave myself a star and then I gave myself 5 star and then everybody else was giving me stars as well. So, and then I did another one today, which was about what is time.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
So I was getting some information through. So, right, I sent that through on Messenger for you. So that's that for you then, Robert. So we just shared that out on Facebook. We're already on YouTube. Oh, we've got Janine. Hi, Janine. Hope you're all right. Vanessa's in the house and Inga. Inga.
Wow.
And Nikki Sumner. The gang. The gang's in the house. I didn't put it out into the universe that we were up on live.
Oh, I put it. I've been spreading it around.
Have you?
Yeah.
Let me just do that live now. On Facebook. I'll just put that up. That's just one of those big banner ones. Okay, so in case somebody sees that. Okie dokie. So, we was debating before we was coming on what to talk about, and then we was like, I don't know. We can sort of wait till everybody comes in. Oh, Krista's in. Oh,
Krista from
yeah, from
Canada.
Canada, and yeah, we've got Royalty in the house. That's right, Pipey, and William. Billy's in the house as well. Hi, Bill. Billy. Right. Okay. So let me sort of see what we're sort of tapping into. Really, there's sort of things that we were sort of going to be talking about with the sort of things that we sort of are doing. We've been doing we did an activation group the other day, didn't we? And that went really well. And quite amazing information came through for a lot of people. And we want to develop ourselves, Robert. We want to expand, don't we? And to sort of get more out there for people to be aware of the work that we do. And we really enjoy these live streams, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. The purpose of the live stream was question and answer, but it's more like grid, a mondial grid system or a galactic grid system. And so maybe we can do something to uplift this whole grid work, maybe today already. And we're discussing how to reach a bigger audience, a larger audience, so that the grid work can be bigger, larger, more attendees, because everybody in this grid work is working with the universal energy and the earth energy. And that's why we're more and more getting galactic information in our downloads.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's so everything that was sort of talking about on my videos recently is about the expansion of the soul, and it's the expansion of the journey as well for everybody in their own right, and for us as us working together. It's all about the expansion. So we can sort of put it out there really. Maybe that could be something that we do a nice sweep across to everybody when we get a little bit of time when we do some grid works, and for everybody to maybe get some codes in about the expansion of their life's purpose and journey. That would be really sort of quite nice. And also actually knowing when to stop and when to integrate, and to allow it all to settle, because sometimes we can drive forward all the time but then not settle with the information, integrate to clarify, and all of that that's sort of going on. I had a really wonderful healing with Susie George before the call, actually, which was really interesting. Sort of going into deep core wounds, and that's another subject for April. It's not only about expansion; it's about letting go of those deep core wounds that keep coming up. So, and I was doing some work with her to sort of release some of those wounds of being manipulated, which I was sort of like. So yeah, so if anybody sort of knows Susie George, she's really good at getting to those core wounds, and more of a talking sort of therapy thing as well. Okay, where am I going with this? It's all about the up leveling.
Shall we start with clearing the field?
Yes.
And then I can put some codes in for that expansion. And then we see how it will move.
Yeah.
Any good idea?
Okay. Yeah, absolutely. And if anybody out there as well, guys, if there's anything in particular, any questions, not necessarily about codes, but questions about how you can actually sort of go on your journey, maybe we can sort of look at that really, sort of more of a mindset thing would be quite nice to do as well. We've got Jade Brown. Hi, Jade. Heather's also here. Dancia. And Anne-Marie, Naila, Annette. Annette's in as well.
Yeah.
Cool. Lovely. Thank you ever so much for joining us, everybody. So we're going to do a little bit of a sweep, aren't we, Robert? So I will let you speak.
Get some speaking time this time. Oh. Okay. No, you don't need to.
No, don't be silly. No, it's absolutely fine. No, because I want you to, come forward more.
Yeah, and that's my theme of this period, is that I need to express better, and that I'm some kind of a shy person because I know my coach work, but I can't explain exactly what I'm doing, and I don't have a whole story around it. So that's the idea. But the whole story now is really easy. Let's get some codes to clear, and then afterwards get codes to uplift the expression of everybody's journey, so that we have a stronger grid work system in which we can work afterwards in this session and all the sessions afterwards of the Q&A. So for clearing, I will say, sure. And then for the expansion of our journeys, so that we get the best codes, but also that we understand when to integrate them and have to take a break. So for everybody in this group listening to this in this grid work, we're gonna expand those codes for our journeys together and separate. And also for everybody to expand expression of the throat. That's the area where we have to work more on. Higher heart throat area. Interesting new dialect. I didn't know what kind of. It sounded like a bird.
I love it.
Yeah.
It's like a little. It's like one of the little Furbies.
Yeah.
Carry on. I don't mean to laugh.
No,
I just think it's really adorable.
I'm completely off guard now. Let's see if it comes again.
We're re-recording it. I love it.
And it has to do something with opening the throat area. It's like.
Yeah. Yeah. Get up your beacon and mush. That's ego, isn't it? That's what happens is when your ego gets in the way, you start giggling at something. And when it's something different, you're like, whoa, but actually that's clearing something because it's coming forward. You had a bit of a Chewbacca there as well. Chewbacca Star Wars. I've got codes going, so I don't know what that's about. Wait a minute, I'll unpack it in a minute. That's your backyanta. They were lovely codes though, Robert. How did that make you feel?
They were really powerful because there's a lot of chill factors in my shoulders and my back getting through me. But I was a bit in a laughing mode of the Furby, whatever. So after the space fairies, you got the space Furbies.
Space fairies. Fairies and Furbies.
Yeah.
Okay, this is actually clearing a lot of stuff. There's a lot of grid work going on there with that. That's sort of bringing and anchoring down a new dialect, that's really lovely. Da. Bakiamo kois bai. Shubaragamaye. Yeah, babushamakiat. So we're anchoring down a new energy there. I wonder if Inga knows. Sounds like a wood pigeon. That's the next set. She'd sound like a wood. I wonder if it is a wood pigeon.
What's a pigeon?
A wood pigeon, like a little pigeon. Yeah, pigeon.
Bird.
Bird. Yeah. Cuckoo, cuckoo.
Yeah.
Oh, Anita sang something. Some dyslexic booked some space furries this week. Some dyslexic. That's so funny. Well, Heather thought it was beautiful anyway. Gosh. But it does make you laugh though. Sometimes I'm sort of like, gosh, what's that all about? When it all comes through, they're still going. do you know when you phone up a like an electricity company to sort of complain about something, or you do something and you've got that music that comes on while you're waiting? We could just put some of that music on, but this hand keeps going. So I don't know what's happening. It's doing something. Some sort of little beans.
Still downloading?
Yeah, this is all
downloading or anchoring.
This is anchoring.
Yeah.
Have you got any more codes then? When I'm still...
So some of the solar plexus are coming also. Or George, what George, oh, it's connecting the solar plexus to the heart, upper heart and throat chakra. So,
Nice. Yeah. I think you'd be a good beat bopper. You used to do that in your time, Robert.
If I'm not successful in light language, I can
Come on. Oh, wait a minute.
Your hands are getting higher.
Yeah, it's really weird. It's just gone off like it's almost sort of cut off at the shoulders. If it goes on all evening, I'll have to have my dinner like this. Have we got any questions?
Maybe other people have the same arm now. If everybody's sitting like this at the moment.
In India, have you ever seen those programs where those people sort of sit forever and they've just got to sit there with their arm up?
It's in Indian class.
No, like in India, in the sort of the street markets, when they had those sort of guys that sit there with big long fingernails and stuff. And I've seen them before where they're just like a man just sits there with his arm just up in the air. This is going to be me.
So now we know it. It's a download which got stuck.
You might need to put some codes. Let me see what is going on here, because it's all a little bit. I'm starting to think that I'm going to be up in the night with my arm up here. Okay, let me just tap in. Patience, they said. Patience. That all will be revealed. Okay, look, there you go. It's just. This is all grid work. Okay, so they're tapping in to the individuals here and weaving a web of connection, anchoring in some new energy. So using the physical body conduit to bring in high levels of understanding within the system, opening up the expansion of the mindset, enabling you to move forward on the expansion of your soul journey. Was that not in your intention? That's what they said.
That's what you asked for. You're getting it.
That's what we asked for. Yeah. So they're like, Nicola's doing all of this, and I'm like, oh, what's happening? No, well, this is my part of it. It's to do with this. So okay, that is why. Yeah, that's yeah. Okay, that's all done then. Thank you for it.
Shake it off. Yeah.
God.
How we call Nicola again?
He's gone out the door. Also that, may I ask if hand light language needs to be watched or if the codes come through? That's an interesting question, isn't it? That's a really good one. That deserves coming on the board. Annette. Basically, that was loud. Basically, what happens is that when I connect to everybody's energy, and it's just as well that I'm working for the light this time round, is that I can connect in with your energy and then adjust your templates. Now, your templates are in the energetic field, so you have energy that's running throughout there. And it's all like a grids or you could call them templates, Merkabas, grid work systems around your energetic field, because everything's energy, but it has to be in some sort of form. So when I go in, I can connect to those templates. It's done at a subconscious level of co-creating, because they know what they're doing up there, my higher aspects of self. I connect to your energy, and when the codes come through the palm chakra and the fingers, it's channeled through. So this arm's been taken off from my consciousness. It then starts tapping in. So I let go of the mind's connection to the hand. It then goes into reprogramming those templates and those all of those things. So it goes in and it creates grid work. So if you look at the sort of the quantum field as it stands, the grid work system over the whole of the earth, it's all like a program. It's a program. It's a holographic program.
Yeah.
So if you can go into that program and reprogram it by putting in light codes, then you reprogram that of the holographic system. And if we're linking up together, then we're accessing yours, because we're putting a grid work system in, like a netting, a webbing around us, so that we can interconnect to anchor in the light for the galactics. That was a really long explanation, wasn't it?
No. It's a good explanation for a good question, and for some people it helps to listen or see it. So if watching is something for you, you will be putting your eyes attention to it. And if for others that's not their way to receive that information, they don't need to see it. It's getting into the field. It's a bit the same with my laser information. You don't have to pay attention to it. It will come into your system anyway. Can you put that remark of Angel Castro?
I was just looking at that. I was just
like a little feather.
Oh,
long grey hair. Yeah.
Do you know what we didn't do? We didn't do that thing what we was going to do with the Zoom, with the background thing. With the background thing.
We didn't test that.
No, it doesn't work on this, I don't think. Not that I don't think so. No. Yes, so what's Angel saying? So Robert, I see that see you how you once were. Same face, skin tone, like a Native American Indian, but not wrinkled. We'll take that whichever way you want to take it. You're wearing a headdress.
Very detailed observation.
Yes, feathers, beads, a necklace, and bone and claws, and long grey hair.
I got your hair now.
Superimpose my hair on your hair.
Swapped hair.
Yeah, and look, and sitting by a fire with your arms waving around, you're blowing something into the air. He's having a fag.
Yeah.
Wow. Was that when Robert was doing the his codes, Angel? Doing the Furby. That's the whole thing about there's another question by Paul as well. I'll answer that in a second.
Yeah.
It's just gone because I was
answer the question of Paul.
Yeah, that just went then. Goes all over the place. So Paul McDonald. Hi Paul. Do you want to hold such light programs at your centre? I have a centre I keep being called to make more of light centre. I'm not sure about the question I'm asking, but I wish for a higher communication to make sense of that and communicate to you and an answer to that. Okay.
Not sure what is that the question?
No. I just saw this big
I thought it was my English.
Yeah. So Paul then. So okay, let me just tap into what so is it your centre as in your solar plexus type area, this sort of centre, or a centre as in like a place to go to centre to having a higher level of consciousness, higher communication? So is it about the connection
with your higher self? So if it's about the connection with your higher self, you can work on that by meditation, doing your inner work, sit in the woods or in nature, listen to what's happening in your body, things like that. Not the center place, yes, what to do.
Yeah. So Paul, we need more information really, because oh, here he is. Not the place. Oh, so putting codes on a place. Yes, you can. You can put codes into an area, a grid. So everything. So physical body, energetic field, a building, a car, a place will hold frequencies. Will hold. So when people do grid work, so this is what we're doing here. Then I think that's what you're probably talking about. Is the So where there are a lot of people around that might hold it in the city, maybe would be holding a lot of low vibrations, then the energy that's flowing through them, there'll be a lot of dense energy around that space. So you can go into a place, a location, and do energy clearing, just like you would do an energy clearing for your own energetic field, or of animals around you, of anything. You can cleanse anything with higher vibrations, bringing that energy in and using your light codes to do that. So this is what we're sort of doing, and what we do on these Fridays is bring that sweeping sort of energy in. So everybody, where they're placed all over the world, when you're in body, you're anchored into the grid work system. So as the energy flows through you, when we're joining together in this group, then you experience that energy moving through you. So yes, absolutely, you can clear a place. That was a long answer.
What we do with all these questions is what we prefer with questions is we want to help people to get deeper into their inner work, into their higher connections, but we don't give messages, or we don't translate how your higher self will communicate with you. That's the work you can do yourself. We just want to help you, push you further, and what the result is after loads of Q&As on a Friday is that we have a grid work all around the world with many people in different countries, and so we all working together between the galaxies and this planet, and this energy work is working as a massive grid work. And today we did a nice uplift on it. And so let's do something with the trust in our systems, that we are big antennas in this grid work.
Before you do that, I just want to finish off with Paul here, because I think he was sort of saying the space that he has to a spiritual place for people like us to actually use it. Whereabouts is it, Paul? Could you just let us know where it is? We're in sort of different areas around the world, but certainly we're available for birthday parties, bar mitzvahs, and
Paul McDonald has a farm.
Paul McDonald has a spiritual
farm. Burnham.
Where's that then, Paul? But absolutely. With all the lockdown thing, sort of getting around, it's a little bit difficult to be getting about. But Berkshire, near Windsor. I'm in Tunbridge in Kent. So maybe you can private message me after. Do that. Private message me after, near Windsor. I know where that is. It's probably about an hour and a half away. So so I do. I'm definitely want to sort of get out there more in person, do my thing. So absolutely, that would be really good. So we'll talk about that later. But yes, let's get back into, so private message me, Paul. Let's get back into what you was talking about. What was you talking about?
I want to expand also the trust system, so that we are that we are in this grid system. We are combined with all these people in India, Canada, Dutchland, Windsor, all these places. We are together. We are a massive grid work, but we have to trust that we are of importance in this grid work, so that we work together, even if we're not attending this session today or tomorrow or next week. So let's work on the inner trust and also the power of these antennas we are. So when it's really coming out of the center of the heart. It's really Furby language today.
Space Furbies. Ja, syvärä mä tekee äsjut. Syvärä tekee nämä kiottutu. Mä tekee nämä kiottutu. That's your make you who grata. Syvärä tekee. Syvärä kiottutu, mä tekee nämä kiottu. Syvärä tekee nämä kiottu baua. Da, kui kiottu. Syvärä tekee nämä. Syvärä tekee nämä. Syvärä tekee. We've got a certain galactics in, haven't we, today? Okay, that's your magiota. We've got some codes coming in as well, so just hang on, guys. I'm just going to go into energetic fields. If you want to connect with my energy, obviously we've set our intentions at the beginning that everything works for the greater good and expansion of your soul, letting go of everything that no longer serves you. Just got some codes coming in. Just going to go a little bit deeper now. Da, thank you. Da, Siobakian to Bao Kokia Siopam Bokowasha. Sioba Kokave Siobam Bokowasha. Siobawen Siobakawe Shabakian Ta Uasha. Siobakian to Bawe Shanamaku Makawasha. Siobakam Vishue Bakapasova Yushuam Bakowasha. Siobakawe Siobao Fisiwe Siobakawe. So it's all coming out that third eye. Siobaki the Boko de Besanaman top on the throat. Avo Shobaki and Tavi Siobako Lepi Short Dada Barigate Bokshole, Riki, Shone, and Makoasha. So the Barigate Boko de Besanamakita, Tawi, Shawi, Shop, the Garamakio, Shopalekia, and Babu Kiapao, go out. Ishubaki, Eki, and Baku, Apaka, Wetibaku, Ishamba, we kept. Dada Barigate Bashukia, we Shabakia, the Baku, Shabak, Enamaka. So what I get a basho to be done for go to Sisu, but I get a bishop. So what I get a batot to Barikina Makoa Sham, Dada Barigate Barikishu, but I get a Makitura Sham. Dada Barigate a shop. I look at a Barigana Makuto, the Barigana. Shabbat and a good surely. Shoo. Use your breath, please. Let it go. Show it again. A Barigana Makia, the Barigana Makitu, Grastati Siata, two Barigana Makiata, the Barigana Makiatu, the Barigana Makana Maku. Show it again. Makuta, Shamakua, Pakawi, Shubaki, and Namakua, Makua, Stapanakin, Makua. Greater connections, they're saying. Greater connections. Place that intention, greater connections up. That will give you greater trust. Yes, you're better get it done. I'm gonna get it clearing all the way up. So we're just going to clear that pranic chu going all the way up, high, pushing through to higher levels of consciousness and understanding, trusting the process, surrendering to the process, please, coming from the heart center for the greater good of all. Gamma Ishobaki Makoka Lesha. Dada they get a particular makitu Boris, you better get a makiato, the particular Mako, the Bishana Mikita, the Ishana Kiata, and I get a particular Badagana, got a particular Mushole. Dada the Bishu Badagana Mako, the Santa. Should get a get a man get a man get a show, man get a man get a man get a shoot again, man get a man get a shoot get a man get a man get a man get a just need to finish in just a second back. Show but again, man. Show but again, I'm gonna get a shoot. Shoot but again, tick. Shoot them and oh yeah. Okay, just really anchor that down in physicality. Push it down your feet, out your hands, down the bottom of the feet. Your toes might curl up. You just push down with the balls of the feet and the pads of the feet into the heels, please, if you can. Get those feet on the floor, anchor it down, or through the base if we're sitting down.
I'm gonna add some codes on integration of this bigger connection.
I love that dialect. I really do. Wait a minute. It's like I'm trapped in this body at the moment. Wait a minute. I'm not trapped. No, that's your backyard. I could pull out of that anytime, but it's just quite interesting. It's really interesting, you know. I'm still doing codes now, but loads of grids, loads of new grids. It's like when I'm in my head, as I let go of the physical body, just to let everybody understand from my perspective what's going on. It's like, do you know when you watch a television program and you're watching it outside of the television?
Yeah.
If you got inside the television and started watching everybody in the box, in the actual scene of the TV program, it's like going inside of the box of the TV program. You see it from inside. It's really weird.
But also nice.
Yes, really. It's like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory with TV Joe who gets trapped in the TV. Yeah, you might want to shake that off, everybody. You feel that you want to shake that off your body.
Shake that
body. Shake that body. Friday night.
Friday night, you had a party.
Get it
down. I think the space fairies are in the house. The furries and the fairies.
The fairies and the fairies are in the house, getting down. Oh, it's in. So Pipe and Skip is in an enormous energetic circle with everyone here. So powerful.
Yeah, that's what we ask for.
So. Oh, hi, Elisabeth. Fabulous. Oh, Patty's in the house as well. And Artemis Moon.
Artemis Moon, what a beautiful name.
Yeah. Da, chiama chiusi bacchiana macchiato adesso ma cuore mash. Oh, Jade felt that as well, which was lovely. So love listening to. Oh, Marcus is in the house. Yes, I've made it. You've just missed out on some really good codes.
Rock fairies.
Rock fairies. You might want to listen to this again, Marcus. Okay, I just want to unpack what that was all about again, to get some understanding. And it's important that if anyone's speaking light language, to know that actually sometimes you don't need to know at that time. If it feels right and you place your intentions, it's all good. But afterwards, it's good for the mind to understand, to up-level the human aspect is by unpacking it. So this is what we're going to do now. Yeah. So there are higher levels of consciousness coming in every single moment of the now. So as the Earth's grid is increasing with energy availability, okay, so you may want to watch my YouTube channel, which I was talking about the other day, and today's one, which was all about the sort of the quantum woo-woo stuff of time, and also the expansion. So my whiteboard videos are always very informative. But what they're saying, is the availability of the energetic signature of the Earth is as far as we can rise. Okay, so we can only rise in our vibration to how far the Earth is holding. So we can't go above that. There are different sort of apparently there are different sort of things to speak about that, but in simpler form for us to understand for now. We can rise as much as that in consciousness, okay? Obviously, there's everything above that, all these different dimensions and everything above it, but consciousness in humanity can only rise to the point of which is being held within the system, okay? But that is always rising, just like our energy of ascension is rising. The galactic aspects of self and everything beyond Gaia's energetic field is expanding. So we're talking about individuality is expanding, but also the holographic system, the consciousness of the universe, planetary systems, galaxies, everything is expanding. So what they were doing is they're adjusting the grid work systems by using the conduits that are here in this now moment to enable us to anchor in higher grid work systems. So they're using my physical body to create the templates to hold and anchor those codes which you brought through with the new dialect. It's a new dialect that's coming in to anchor it into the crystalline grid. So the grid work systems need to be anchored in some way, and the easiest way to do it is through the physical body being the conduit to anchor in the light frequencies. I hope everyone's following this. Is you okay with this, Robert? Yeah. So as it's anchored in, everything basically gets upgraded. So if that's increasing, we can increase, but that needs to have some sort of scaffolding or grid work system for us to hold it. Yep. And that's the transition we're moving into, holding more light frequency, but also at the same time, our energetic fields need upgrading as well.
So in fact, equals everybody's upgraded for the maximum what we can do at this moment from the Earth grid.
That's your makowa mesya bakya makowa sha. That's your yeah. That's your back, yeah. Okay. So that's
that's a massive start of the Friday.
It is a massive start to the Friday. Yeah. Amazing. So that's really good. Anything else, guys, please? They want us all to find the inner child. Sorry. Yeah, they just want to all sort of, just find the inner child.
Okay.
That way, because my knees keep hitting the wall. To go and have fun this weekend, they're saying. It's important, isn't it, to go and have fun. The energies of the Earth at the moment are on an all-time low as regards to a lot of people are anchoring in low vibrations, but there needs to be a tipping point for that low vibration to be tipped up. If we're clearing lots of stuff and experiencing all this density and deep core winds that have been coming through, it's almost created a slight dip. So what they want from us is to come in. Yes, we've had a slight dip, but please let us then rise up with these new available time to, as the shift has happened. They're saying the shift is come in more. I'm sorry, I'm going all over the place. So quick deep core wind. Oh, start feeling a little bit ick. Now, let's start picking this up, but they want to see us going out and having fun, being a bit silly.
Shall I put some quotes on the release of old energy residue of emotions and experiences?
Can if you want.
Yeah. Okay.
Fairies are in the house. Sorry.
Yes. So what I'm going to do is to help prepare everybody to have that party and that fun time in this weekend with the inner child and all the inner child work we can do and have fun with that. I'm going to release old energies. I'm going to focus that old density, all residue of old experiences in all lifetimes and space of everybody in this group is released so that we can clear that and fill that up with space fairy energy, with love, with tenderness, with embracement, with light. Rishto kokoro toyo otoyo otoyo. Naya ihu to shu to tatahi. Nai wu to sho to wurto to, so that we can play with our inner child. Find them in all those time spaces. To shitata shi shu koko shitata. Sure tai wutata
They're generally around, aren't they? I'm like sprinkling a load of sort of fairy dust around everybody. It just like feels like really like hairy fairy. Like Are you feeling that energy, Robert?
Yeah.
Is everybody else feeling the space fairies? Because I'm just like out of it actually. I feel like I've had a couple of glasses of wine. I'm like, yeah, what's next? What do you want to do
now? So it's feet on the desk.
Yeah. That's right then. Right, okay. Oh, Marcus is buzzing. Patty's feeling it. Let me give you some more.
Yeah.
Tap in. I'm just going to give you some more golden fairy dust. Pipe and Snippers is going to get his guitar out and start singing. Patty's going to be out there on her laptop. Angel's going to be feeding her birds and dogs. See you all. Marcus is going to be shaking his hair. You're all going to be there doing your thing. Sprinkle it out. Sprinkle that love. It feels lovely.
It's very blissful.
Just observe it. Oh, fluffy. Yeah. Oh, Marcus is all fluffy from the dust. I'll play with my ears, dandelions in my hair. Heather's feeling it. Oh, Dale's just got out of a session. Like little bubbles of light. That's right, P. It is, isn't it? It's really nice. I hope you all can feel that. Because I'm just like on cloud 9 at the moment. Yeah, we're blissed out, Patty. Yeah. Yeah, Nat, you need to. Need to go. Oh, it'll be there. Well, that's it, I think. It's our job done. So what you got over the weekend planned then? You going with Patricia?
I'm going to Patricia tonight, and we have our trance dance on Sunday. So we're going to do a session, and there people will be blindfolded, and then they go dancing for 1.5 to 2 hours. So the music will start slowly, and then it will rise, and then in the end it goes slower. And then for an inner work, you can put an intention in it. That's really powerful. And afterwards, I do light language with everybody. I will give everybody their tribe language of the galaxy where they come from.
Can I come?
Yeah. Last time it really was a success when we were singing all together light language in the end. And they were all first timers. Huh? That was about in about 15 minutes or 20 minutes they were singing light language.
What?
So that's on a Sunday.
Yeah. Well, when we can start moving around, we could go off to Paul McDonald's near Windsor and do some trance dancing.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's really nice.
Yeah.
And you're blindfolded, so nobody.
Don't worry about
how everybody's thinking about you. You're just dancing. And afterwards, because there's still a lockdown here, we're going to dance a bit more because we still have that place. So we're going to play loud music and dance.
Yeah, Kirsty's going to come. Kirsty will come, and Marcus wants to go as well.
Yeah, it's not that far away. It's in Amsterdam.
Amsterdam, yeah, it's getting there, isn't it?
Yeah.
But there will come a time where
And we made it like it's like religious now because of the lockdown. You can only be in a church and it's religious. So we made it religious, shamanistic. We creative.
yeah, creating a new religion, a new religion.
Yeah.
That's amazing, isn't it? Yeah, and Samantha said she's going to go. She'd go.
Yeah, they're all welcome.
Yeah.
And apart from that, we're going to cook soups for the next 2 weeks because Patricia and me are going to prepare for an ayahuasca session. So we're gonna drink soup for 2 weeks now.
Are you?
Yeah, only soup for 2 weeks. Oh my god.
Oh my god. Oh gosh.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it will be interesting. What are you going to do?
I don't know actually. I have no idea. I can't remember what I've got in my. I can't remember what moment for moment I'm doing. I don't think I've got anything on actually. Let me just check. I really can't remember. I think I might be seeing. Oh, I've got my Sainsbury's shopping coming tomorrow. I've got a healing, and then and then I'm seeing my niece Sunday.
Okay, cool.
Which would be nice. So that's my weekend. I do hope everybody else will have a really good weekend. What is everybody else doing?
Yeah, what are you doing, group?
Yeah. Oh, ayahuasca. This is actually made out of ayahuasca vine.
Okay.
Yeah. That was given to me by a friend of mine I was running a group with, and he did an ayahuasca. I've never done an ayahuasca or any sort of plant medicine at all. Cindy's doing laundry.
That's also plant medicine.
Cindy, you need to make sure that you replay this back and grab hold of some of that fairy dust. Get you through your laundry.
With fun. Maybe different colors.
Yeah. So I've not done ayahuasca. So have you ever done it before?
I've done it quite a lot. And for Patricia, it will be the first time. But maybe we can talk about it next Friday. Because Patricia will join us next Friday.
She is. She's going to be joining us next Friday.
Yeah.
So you can talk about that experience.
Yeah.
That would be really interesting. Yeah, I've never done anything.
Oh, it's like that.
Oh, wait a minute. Put that on. There you go. I've lost all sense of what we're doing.
We're just drinking wine and have a real good question and answer.
This is not strawberry and raspberry tea.
It's ayahuasca. No, it's
yeah. So right, let's get back on track then with sort of like getting back on track with all of that well, fairy dust. I've just lost it, Robert. I've really lost it. Okay, guys, what can I talk? What do we need to say? Okay, that. Amakokiama sibekiano toi isiobaku poko wasisi kiano tai isiobakiano tai isiobakiano tai ko wakwa kweshomaki edan aisho. Chubaka wesiobaku poko wasisi kian a sisikian ai ko o shobakia oe papa pekiamo ko a shobekiano tai isiono makiatam. Dararisio Subaku with Bakietan Esubai, Kota Lokioto, Rata Sham, Tokoyo Shubarish, Lokorabatanta Isubakiana Makiato Tanto, Goravashana Makogran, Esholakia Makoa Shana Makieta, Eshana Kiata. Okay, what's that? What was that all about? Das Yubakiano, Das Yubakiata, Tante, Shokiata. Okay, there were codes for the heart. to go enjoy and play,
Beautiful.
to lighten up the experience. And whatever you do, whether it's your laundry or whether it's doing work or whatever it is, whatever you do, is to see the lighter, brighter points of your creation, of your co-creation, of your life that you're experiencing. And no matter what it is that you're doing, you can always find that lighter inspiration and spark of that fairy dust around you that you can obtain and download and bring into your energy field. Because we get so trapped in state of mind of doom and gloom and what's happening in the world and everything that's going on around us. It's just to lighten everything as much as we can. Because when you light everything, it just refines everything, gives everything a little bit of a silver lining. Yes, thank you. It is about the time now to step into that point of lightness, to bring through into the month of May more light being held into the physicality of self, moving out of the turmoil of that bumpy ride that we've been surfing over the month of May, bringing in those energies that will help us move forward on with our journey they're saying that from that of purgitude. So from that suppression, manipulation, lower frequencies of emotional states, of sadness, of fear, of anger, just bring it out from that and start seeing the brighter horizon, the rainbow from all those storms that we've been going through within ourselves. This is a time for great change, as we always say, but it is to see the lighter and brighter part to be anchored in to our energy field, rather than that being anchored into what we need to move through all of those deep core wounds. So April was all about deep core wounds, looking at the expansion and dipping down into the deepness of what we need to clear within ourselves. But now we've dipped down and released an awful lot of stuff within ourselves, and the availability now for this extra grid work system is to bring in higher levels of consciousness to enable that to then filter down into our physicality world, our physical world of being human. And this is what they want for us. It's party time. It's like going for a trance dance without the blindfold.
Beautiful. Yeah. The sentence "always look at the bright side of life" came into my mind.
Yeah.
And it feels like there are some codes as well to that. And it's to help us always look at the bright side of life, to have the trance dance without the mask. Sure,
That's your bear. It's just releasing those belief systems of old programmed ways of, it's grim up north, it's all that sort of, all that, in cities it's just really sort of, when human and human get together and they're in that lighter part of themselves, it just brings such wonderful sort of wonderful sort of coming together. Do you know what I mean? So it's the sort of the love vibration far outweighs the density of suppression. And if we can anchor that into our reality, and we are the creators of our own reality, then we can move forward by lifting everybody up. It's like if you're in this doom and gloom, nobody really wants to sit next to you, do they? Go like, oh, I'm sit next to her. Yeah. She's right, moany old moo. If you're going in there and you're full of light and you're there and you're shining it as well as you can, and from the heart space, enable you to just let it all just go around you. Sprinkle your fairy dust, and it will help others, because they see that in you, and that will ripple off into in their energy field as well.
Definitely, and that's, I think that's part of our grit work. That's why we are here together.
So Angel says that she's smoked weed shrooms, and that ayahuasca I'm wary of.
Wary
I
is
think,
there?
yeah, wary of ayahuasca. I would actually say, and I've never done any of them, I'm not a plant medicine girl myself, but I feel what anything that you do, that you partake in, is always have the set intentions that that's what you're doing. So rather than just going in as a recreational sort of thing, go in with an intention about what you need to get. So have it as a ceremony rather than just going through it. So so regardless of what it is, and everybody will have their own sort of thing. I just meditate, and that's the way that I get my energy through. I've not used plant medicine, as I just said, probably about 5 times.
How many
But
times do you use it?
6 times now. So you've used plant medicine, haven't you?
Yeah, a lot. But I did recreational. I did everything. But now, since I'm working with light language, everything stopped. And I did it only once, the ayahuasca. And Patricia didn't do it not before, but now it's calling, and we're going to do it together. So it's going to be a ceremony, a private ceremony with guidance, and we do it together. So we're going to have the same experience. So that's different, and I totally agree with what you are saying. That if you treat it like ceremonial, then it can help you to get clarification in certain parts where you need it. But if you do it recreational, there's a danger that you open your space and that other energies can come in without you noticing. So there is a backside of it, and you have to be aware of that. But it's for everybody. It's everybody's free, and I live in a country where everything is free, so you can do whatever you want. But that's my experience.
Yeah. And I think that's just sort of honour everybody's experience for how everybody would, because everybody has a programming, a belief system, and however it is, what's ever right for anybody, then you just got to do whatever you feel is right for you, because we have our own truth. But I think that's a valid point, Robert, isn't it? Is that if you're going to do anything that is outside of yourself, just be aware that it does open up. So whether it's tobacco, whether it's alcohol, whether it's plant medicine, just be aware of how it energetically affects you to enable you to sort of set those intentions of just saying that this is more ceremonial than that of losing yourself in the alcohol, in the weed, in the tobacco, because when you do that, you're giving the power to the item and not using it as a tool.
It's also with instruments for healing. For instance, I worked a lot, and I will still work a little with tuning forks. And tuning forks, they make little holes in your field, which is perfectly all right, because they need to get the frequencies out of the cosmos back into your system. But if you're not aware of it, and you have to close with a lemniscate the whole system of your field again. But you have people, they buy a tuning fork and they tap it on and they put it everywhere, and they don't realize that they're making these little holes in their system. So it's also in small things. Try to read a bit about it. Try to feel.
It's awareness, isn't it?
Yeah. So there's a lot to play with if you are careful.
Yeah. I think that's absolutely valid, is really very valid. Thank you for that. And I think that, whether we do, we're sort of starting on our journey to, even like energy healing, sort of Reiki, or, we need to sort of just have more awareness, crystals, or, whatever it is, tuning forks, that we need to be aware. And sometimes it's a bit trial and error of how do we use those sort of tools. to sort of help us on the journey. But and then we live and learn. But if there's greater understandings out there, there's loads of YouTube videos that you can go into and have a look at. And I'm going to say it, Starseed U has some courses. Just have a little check out on there as well. You know, about sort of how to clear your energy, and all of those sort of things that you can go and do. So there is information. There's beautiful books out there, podcasts, well, however it is, you know, and even sort of listening to sort of live stream on a Friday at 4 o'clock in this time pocket of now. You know, all of these things help us really sort of clarify, but it's the understanding of who you are in your journey and honouring that, surrendering to it, that everything will always work out for the greater good.
Yeah, and it also, it's always pointing back to the inner work you have to do. So Starseed U is a real good aid or a guide with courses to help to do your inner work, your shadow work, you call it also. And normally it's not attractive to start doing that, but if you do it, it's always looks like a big hill when you have to do it, and then when you did it, it's like a little tiny hill, and you look backwards and you say, "Oh wow, that was easy, and so much better now." So,
yeah, I think the key thing is always about understanding. It's like giving light language codes and then not understanding it totally, but not put it, it's like a buffer, it's like a bookend. If you put in intentions to say, this is what I want to actually experience, to get out of it, you do the light codes and then you unpack it afterwards about what actually is the experience so it's like a bookends to it. If you just give out a load of codes to people, just willy-nilly,
yeah.
It could be, it's open-ended, so we need to make sure we put these little bookends, a little bit of structure in, to know then that we're lighting up, we're closing down. It's a cycle of experience. Yeah. So if we do that with everything, so in the ceremony, if we go back to the ayahuasca, is that you set your intentions, you go through the experience, and then you unpack it and you normalize it within the mind. So that's really very important.
Exactly.
So let's have a look, see if anybody's got anything on here that Cindy's saying it's just some big energies coming in and ovaries are aching. I feel that the energy gets stuck there. Yeah, there's a lot of sort of feminine energy that's being cleansed as well. So sort of the sort of sexual organs and things like that with the ovaries of the feminine, that might need to sort of look at that. So that's sort of quite interesting in that self. So I hope you're okay there, Cindy. Yeah, so mystical shamanic healing. So yeah, so that's really nice that is she coming? Is she with you? Is that mystical shamanic healing? So that's also started about Patricia being mentioned as with him being there, we'll be able to help her. So sweet and warms my heart. I don't know who that is. Oh God, I'm like, oh, that's because you've got a name like that. I don't know who you are, mystical shamanic healer. Probably somebody like, I don't know, somebody like your neighbour.
Maybe it is. Yeah. Oh my God, my neighbour.
Yeah. Has he been watching the live streams?
I'm not sure. He's
just, or is he just staying away?
He's watching my Facebook, so there's a possibility always. He's not always watching, but he's sometimes tuning in, and which is perfectly fine.
Okay, cool. I think that's the end of this thing because oh, it's Anna. See, now we know. Anna. Hi, Anna. Oh, Paul's in as well. Look, Paul's in.
Oh yeah. Oh, hi, Paul. Lots of smileys.
Oh, that's really very sweet of you, Anna. Oh, bless your heart. An abusive relationship and has been healing for the past 4 years. Your channel and you two have helped me heal so much, and I'm very thankful for you all. Oh,
I'm glad
well,
that you help. Yeah.
that's beautiful. Thank you for that comment. That's really very lovely.
There she is.
And speak of the devil,
Yeah.
little sweetness,
She's in the house.
Patricia.
Patricia in the
So,
house.
yeah, Patricia's in
Preparing
the
for
house.
next week.
Yes, so Patricia's going to be here next week. So if we've got any questions, and Patricia's sort of like on a massive trajectory of, along with Robert, two big shooting stars going up on their journey.
And we're,
So
first we were two different stars colliding to each other, and now we're shooting stars going the same way.
what did you say? There was a what was that, Anne-Marie?
Did you see my comment?
Yeah, did you see my comment, Nicola? Let me just see.
Yep, well,
We're just sort of coming to the end of the time. Let me see.
Can you repeat it? There's massive fear this week.
Oh, massive fear this week, and have not been able to move from it. Oh, crikey. It's been a real tough week for a lot of people. It was a tough week for me as well. The idea really is, just before we go, just to sort of cut that off, just said like, oh, are you? And then see you later. Is what you need to do, Anne-Marie, if anybody else out is there has been going through all these sort of deep core wounds at the moment, then it's sometimes about stabilizing, just letting it be, just trusting the process, in that sometimes you have to go through those stages. The video that I did 2 days ago, have a check of that out. I'll send that to you. Let me write that down. So for Anne-Marie, I'll send it. You might have already watched it, but it talks about the cycles, and that helps you sort of go through that process.
Five and slippers. There's two cans now. YouTube and the Facebook post.
What's he like?
Right. Thank you, Patty, for telling that Patricia's light language was beautiful, and that she cried.
Oh, that's lovely.
Yeah.
That's so lovely.
Yeah.
So, okay. Just let it be. You're right. You're so right.
So it was a very, very interesting show or session, or what we're gonna call it. And I think I'm gonna re-watch this for this very interesting new light language. I'm almost scaring pigeons out of my garden.
Yeah, they're under your chair, really. You're just squeezing them. Right. Okay. So I think that's it, isn't it? There was a few things just to say, just in case anybody sort of is still hanging around for this. Is that we've got some activations and things happening. There's a Facebook thing. If anybody wants to join us, we're doing a free one, aren't we, soon? Which is like a healing thing.
Yeah.
Can't remember the date on that.
Is it the 9th?
We put the we got very unprepared today.
The 17th of May.
17th of May. So we can maybe put that. But I don't think that's not available on Facebook, on YouTube, but we can always send out links if you're just on YouTube. There's a Zoom link, isn't there?
So if you don't have it, you can always contact either Nicola or myself via mail or via YouTube. Yeah,
so that's going to be just a little private activation thing. So it's not going through Starseed U. That's just something we're doing something just on there to sort of just do that.
We have a donation button here.
Yes.
The donation button more often because we want to expand a little further. And we can help.
Supports our journey.
Use help. My activation codes, which are really helpful in this core wounds, and that's getting the Merkaba more activated. They are on sale on Starseed U.
Yes, they are as well.
The
Yeah,
therapy is also
that's
on
on
sale.
sale.
So
Just to
maybe
help
we should
people.
make a package, but it is already they're both on sale, so you can make a package of it. Partner Slippers is mentioning already that we could have a donation button for Bitcoin, but I didn't make that yet. But it's a good idea.
Yeah, there's a Bitcoin. I've got a Bitcoin donation button as well.
So we got that, and have a look at Starseed U, because there are massive courses and really interesting, all kinds, not only Nicola's and mine.
There's a free one that I just put up as well, which is the Deep Core Wounds.
I saw that, and it was
foundational.
Really good.
That's a free one.
Yeah. And next to that, if you want healing, you can call Nicola or myself, or you can call us both. But then there's no way out. Then you really get healed.
Two of you go.
There's no way out.
Oh God. Yeah, so there's plenty of sort of ways that we can support you on your journey, and we really love doing these lives on a Friday at 4:00, and we really thank you so much for coming along and supporting us, and supporting the universe to anchor in and using your conduits, you know, and having a bit of fun along the way. But also do check out you know, the work that we do to enable you to sort of access, you know, those online courses, you know, one-to-one sessions with ourselves, and together we do some work together as well. So check all of those out. So thank you so much, everybody, for joining us.
Yes.
Space Fairy dust has settled a bit. I feel like I need to go and integrate all of that. Big grid work systems, I feel.
Yeah.
So, and also check out my YouTube channel and Robert's YouTube channel as well.
Yeah,
Some two really good.
If you haven't subscribe, because that's helping us also.
Yeah, cool. Absolutely. Thank you, Robert.
Put comments, feedbacks, anything, because we love it.
Yeah.
And we love you.
See you later, guys.
Okay, see you. Bye-bye. Bye.